Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tank B Chopping, and I'm back with another haircut tutorial. Alright, so what we finna be doing on this cut is we're gonna be trimming the top slightly. You know, we just really cutting the ends. We are gonna leave the front a little longer. He does comb his hair over, so that's what we're doing on top. And then the sides, we're gonna be doing like a low mid fade. You know what I'm saying? We are dropping it down in the back below the occipital bone, but it's not like I don't feel like it's a true like low fade. But y'all gonna see what I'm talking about here in a minute. But let's go ahead and get started. As y'all can see, I saturated the top of the hair. I'm taking my first section of hair and I'm coming forward with it. So as you can see, I'm moving forward. I snipped a little bit of hair and I'm using that guideline coming all the way forward. And the closer, you know, the more I get towards the front of his hairline, I am angling that hair up because he does want the front a little longer than the back. So that's the reason for me doing that. Alright, so now that is completely done, what I'm doing is I'm coming the opposite way and I'm using that initial guideline that I created. I'm using that with every section of hair that I pull up. I'm making sure there's a little bit of that guideline, that way I can see how much hair needs to be cut. And we're just gonna do this all the way, you know, from the left side to the right side, or I'm actually started off in the middle, but I went to the right. So we're gonna do to the right side, to the left side, and we're just gonna make sure the whole head is even on top. The whole hair is even on top. Let go. And I know y'all really can't see this side. It's not a great angle. I done told y'all before, my angles on scissor cuts, they ain't the best, man. Like, I need to get better with it, but I just wanted to put out some content for y'all. It's been a minute since I dropped the haircut tutorial. Really, it's been a minute since I dropped any content. I just been super busy. So, you know, I'm just trying to put out content for you guys, man. I hope y'all liking it. And I really hope y'all understand what I mean when I try to describe what I'm doing on top with the shear work. You know what I'm thinking? I need to do an actual video of me doing shear work, like just shear work on top and explaining it as I go along. That way I feel like y'all be able to understand that a little better. But that's if y'all want it. If y'all want it, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if that's something y'all would enjoy or something y'all would like to watch. Alright, so now we're coming to this left side right here. Well, his left side. And so he doesn't really connect it, but I want to make it look connected, if that makes sense. So I got to make sure I still kind of fade it in. But even though he does comb it all over with no part, I have to make it look like it's connected, even though it's really not. But anyways, as y'all can see here, guys, I'm going in with my number 4 guard. And what I'm doing is I'm just debulking all of the side, getting that down to a level playing field. You know, I like to debulk my client's hair with the number 4 most of the time. Sometimes I do it with a bigger guard, or sometimes with a smaller guard, but 9 times out of 10 I use a number 4. And I'm coming right up to the ridge area, and as y'all can see, I'm floating out, and towards the back I am dropping it down slightly, because you know we are doing, you know, kind of like a low fade, so I want to make sure I drop it down in the back. So now I'm coming in with my trimmers from Babyliss. I'm just setting in my initial bald guideline. So as y'all can see, I'm dropping it down in the back, and then I'm gonna bring it back up toward, you know, when I come more towards the side. And I just want y'all to know, I've been doing this for years, guys, like 15 years. And like technically, this is a low fade. Like just looking at this guideline, I would classify this as a low fade. However, the way I faded it, I did stretch it out. So it's not, that's why I kind of say that it wasn't a low fade. But if this was back in the day, this would for sure be a low fade. You know what I'm saying? There'd be like no issue about it. People are like, oh yeah, that's a low fade. But I know terms have changed, the way things look have changed. So therefore, that's why I said it's kind of like a mid to low fade type deal. Alright, but anyways, now I'm taking my shaver from Gamma, and all I'm doing is going over everything I did with my trimmers, making sure I get all that down the skin, getting that as short as I possibly can get it. That way this hair could last longer. And as y'all can see, the closer I get to that line, I am flicking out and I am relieving some of that pressure. That way I don't create too harsh of a line. Let go. Alright, so now we're actually moving on to some fade work. I'm starting with my, I'm going in with my ergos from Gamma, or from Stylecraft, whatever you want to call it. I have my lever all the way open, and I'm setting in my next guideline. Basically, I'm coming up about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just following that same shape that I created with that trimmer. I'm following that same shape, only I'm coming up, you know, like I said, about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch higher, but I'm still following what I did. And that's just because I want to keep this shape for the whole haircut. I do want to make sure it's a little, it's a little lower in the front, comes up slightly, and then drops down in the back. And normally I fade that section out, but I am doing this haircut a little different. So I threw my one guard on there, lever open, and I'm creating another section. And same thing here, guys. I am coming up about 3/4 of an inch, and I'm still using a slight flick out motion. Now here is my 1.5 guard. Same thing, lever all the way open, coming up another section. And I am using that flick out motion, following that same shape that we originally created. And like I said, I'm doing this a little different, guys. I've been doing some of my haircuts this way, and sometimes it comes out a little quicker, sometimes it doesn't. But I just wanted to show y'all different methods to fading, not just the same method that I always use. So now I'm taking my number 2 guard, my lever is open, and I am, I'm really like right under that ridge area. So I'm basically where I'm at, basically what I did with that number 4 guard. So I am using a bigger flick out and scooping motion, and basically this is fading into that number 4 that I did, that I originally did and debulked. So, that's the good thing about doing this technique and using that flick out motion is sometimes you can skip guards. Like I'm not gonna use the number 3 right here. I am gonna come back later in detail with it, but I don't feel like I needed it right here. So I started off with my 2 open, and then I closed my 2. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically do some down fading. I'm gonna go over everything I just did, but this time I am gonna be closing my lever also. So now I'm going over everything I do with my 1.5 guard. My lever is open, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close that lever as y'all just saw, and I'm coming right below that. And I know y'all may think it's redundant and I'm going over it too many times, or I could have had a different method to get the same finished product, and that's correct. You can have different methods to get the same product, but I just, I've been doing it this way and it's been working for me, so I just decided to do it this way. So here is my 1 guard lever open, and then I'm gonna close my lever and attack that bottom area, basically where I started off my section with this one guard open. That bottom part of that section is where I'm going over right now. And as you can see, it is blending this haircut together. There are some dark spots, there are some discrepancies, but you know how I do, guys. I do my steps, I fade the haircut, and then I come back and I detail. So here is my 1/16 guard. And as you can see, I'm at the bottom of that section, just attacking where I see that line. My lever is open, and I'm gonna adjust my lever close. So I'm starting off with it open, and then I'm gonna close it halfway. Try to get out that line, not necessarily the bottom line, but the bottom above the bottom line. The line above the bottom line, and then I close my lever all the way, and I'm still attacking that same line.
Damn it, Tito. Another one?
Now I'm going in with just my clipper, lever open, and I'm gonna adjust my lever close. So right now I believe it's all the way open, and then I closed it halfway, and I'm coming up halfway into that section, and then I closed it all the way, and I'm attacking that bottom line. And this is basically my initial steps on this type of technique that I use, and then everything I do after this, I'm basically gonna be detailing. So all I'm doing is trying to get out that bottom line with my clipper all the way closed, using a little bit of corner blending. And I am using, I say a little bit of corner blending, but I am using the corner of my blade a lot, just because there's like smaller sections that I want to tend to, because he does have like different hair densities, and he has like not necessarily bumps, but like dips in his head, you know what I'm saying? So his hair does look different shades. It has, the gradients looks a little different, so I do have to go back in and do a lot of detail work just to try to make that look basically as even as possible. So even though I am doing some detail work right now with just my clipper, as I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but I am going to go over it and do some more with my number 1, 1.5, just clean it all up. So now I'm just taking down that bottom line. Well, I'm taking out that bottom line with my trimmers, and for the most part, it is gonna get most of it out. Now there is a part right above his ear. He wears glasses, so he's got a tan line. So I just want to put that out there. I don't know if y'all see it or not, but I already knew that if I sat there and I messed with it, I'm probably just gonna take this fade higher. So I just, right there, you can kind of still see it, but that's due to the glasses. But anywho, now as y'all can see, I'm in with that number 1.5 guard. I did some detail work. Now I'm going back in on my 1 guard. Lever is open, doing some more detail work. And as y'all can see, I am using a lot of corner blending. I am flicking out a lot. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just cleaning it up. I'm really trying to get this fade come together. I think it's coming out pretty good so far. Like looking at it, I think that's a good haircut. Like even though it's not done, I feel like it's gonna look fire when I'm done. And like I said, I know this is a different technique and it's a little harder to follow along, but y'all let me know what y'all think about this technique in the comments, guys. If y'all like this style of me cutting, y'all let me know. And if y'all like my original style, let me know. I'll do more videos of that. Now I'm going back in with that number 4, and I'm just trying to really tie the sides into the top. Same thing with my number 3 guard. And like I said, even though he combs it all over, he doesn't part it. However, it's not really connected, but I have to make it look connected. So it's basically like a disconnected fade, but I'm trying to make it look connected. But I don't want to take, you know, that hair right above the ridge. I didn't want to take that down too short because then it won't come over properly. Here is my number 2 guard doing some cleanup work. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to the edge up. I got my Babyless trimmers. These were actually the gold FXs, but I had one of my boys custom paint them that candy purple. You know how we do in Houston, man. Let's go. But anyways, I'm just going over his lineup, trying to make sure I get this line nice and sharp. And as y'all can see, he's got a beard. You know, he's got like a chin strap type thing. We didn't touch that at all. We just did the haircut. So I just wanted to put that out there. Hitting that vertical bar, making sure it's nice and crisp. Now I'm hitting that C cup. You know, we want to get that nice curve. We want to look nice and curvy, and you know, we're just trying to make it look on point, man. Let's go. Alright, so now what I'm gonna be doing, guys, I'm gonna be doing some more cleanup work, but now I'm using my blending shears, and as y'all can see, I'm just really tapping the ends of some of these hairs. I just want to make it look a little cleaner going into the top. So that's basically what I'm doing here, guys. Any dark spots I see, I'm cleaning it up with my blending shears. And you can use your regular shears to do this, but I do it with my blending shears because I feel it gives me more leeway and more lenience. And if I do happen to accidentally mess up, it's not a big deal. Now we're going back in doing some more cleanup work. I started off with my number 2. Now this is my 1.5. And that's basically it for that side of the haircut, guys. So now I'm moving on to the right side of the haircut. And y'all know how we do, guys. Once what we do to one side, we got to do to the opposite side. So I did do this side of the haircut my original way of fading. So yeah, y'all just follow along, guys. This is my number 1 guard. I started off with my clip rope and came up a section. Y'all know how I do, man. I faded that section out. Now I got my 1 guard, came up another section, faded that section down. Now here's my 1.5 guard, creating another section, and I'm closing my lever, fading that section out. And then what I'm doing here is I'm coming back in with my number 4 guard. And even though I already debulked it, I'm just going back and debulking it some more. Basically just trying to tie this in together a little better. Now my number 3 guard, and then after this, I'm gonna go to my number 2 guard. And then after that, that's basically my steps, and then everything else after that is gonna be me detailing. I do want to give a shout out to my boy Tito Beats. He is the one supplying me with all these beats. So all this fire y'all hearing in your ear right now, that's from your boy Tito Beats. Y'all make sure to look him up on Instagram. Subscribe to his channel on YouTube, man. He be dropping fire all the time. So y'all give him a subscribe. Y'all give him a follow on Instagram. Y'all hit him up if y'all need some beats. Also, as y'all can see, guys, I am using my man, I forgot what I want to say. I'm using my Gammas from Stylecraft. Well, they're my ergos from Stylecraft. Okay, let me start over. They're actually my ergos from Gamma. However, they got a Stylecraft case on it. But if y'all wanted to order this clipper, guys, y'all can go straight to their website. The link is in my description. Y'all can go straight to their website and use my code TANK10, and you'll save yourself a little bit of money. And that's also the shaver that I used. The trimmer that I used was just a Babyless trimmer. I don't got a discount code for that. Alright, so now that side of the haircut is done, we're moving on to the back, and we're going to be doing the same thing that I did on the right side and the left side. We're just fading it together, trying to tie it all in. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut up for now. I know I've been talking for a hot minute, so I'm just going to be quiet. Shh. I'm going to let y'all watch and jam these beats. Yeah. Alright guys, so now I'm going over his lineup with the razor. We didn't do any enhancements. He don't do the enhancement thing, so we just kept it, you know, we just lined them up, kept it pretty natural. And now I'm just going over everything that I did with that trimmer with the razor, just cleaning up them lines, making them look nice and sharp. Alright guys, so check it out. This is how my boy Irvin came into the shop looking. It probably been about a month since he had a haircut, maybe 3 weeks. And this is how my boy left the shop looking. I think I got him right. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comments, guys. Like I said, it is a mid-low fade type deal. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comments, guys. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. I got some more stuff dropping, guys. I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned, stay blessed, stay up. Let's get it. Let's keep going. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Holla at your boy. You.